Mr. Game 06 here, and I'm back today with another video. Let's just start off a little recap. We lost big time to the 49ers. Perfectly fine with that, though. We didn't do much on our end, so I can't really talk about anything on our side. But, I would embrace the losing. I would expect to lose. That's fine for this season. I'm expecting that coming into the season already, Like, it is what it is. It's gonna happen. It's gonna be a theme of the season. I'm not worried about it. It does suck, but it is what it is. The 49ers, however, they had a pretty balanced game. Like, what was it? 184 passing yards total and 189 rushing yards total as well. On good averages, per attempt and carry. Like, you would logically win that game. Anyways, but at the end of the day, 27-7. At least we got on the board, and though it was in the most wacky way possible, a blocked field goal by Tariq Woolen and a touchdown by Michael Jackson. That's a bit odd, but it is what it is. There, it is disappointing, but it is gonna be a theme of the season. Not mad about it. It does suck. On to some other games though. The Ravens and Dolphins. My oh my, was that a game for the ages? And what a fucking comeback! It started off Tua Tagovailoa and Lamar Jackson both may have very well had their best games of their respective careers. No joke. And then on the Ravens side, also Marcus Williams, their safety, also may have had his best game of his career as well. But that does, it doesn't help that your defense couldn't close out the game when you needed to. Like, some of it is, yes, okay, Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle are going to do what they're going to do because they're just that elite caliber of wide receiver, or like nearly elite caliber, of wide receiver. They're going to just do what they're going to do sometimes. But for Jalen Armour Davis to completely leave Tyreek Hill that wide open down the field, I understand he's a rookie, but hopefully, and I hope John Harbaugh told him about that too, never make that fucking mistake again in your career. You can't do that. That's Tyreek Hill. Do you not realize that? But yeah, like, that is just a simple matter of you not closing out the game. Because the offense played good. Lamar Jackson, like I said, hit a career game for him. And, outside of that, I guess the rushing game was a bit paltry, but it wasn't affecting you for quite a while, honestly. So I can't even say that. On the Dolphins side, however, you have Tyreek Hill going off for 11 and 190 and multiple touchdowns. Waddle going off for 11 and 171 and multiple touchdowns. And then Gesicki, getting a few receptions and doing this thing. Both of the teams spread the ball around quite nicely, And again, Tua Tagovailoa, it's a career game for him. It's a great game. I guess the matter is, can he do it consistently? I don't know. But I guess if he wants to move up to that truly elite tier, because he's a good quarterback. He's not as good as others in the league, but he is a good quarterback. You have to give him the credit. I mean, like, any quarterback could go off with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, sure, but do they have, could they replicate what Tua did, leading the team back in the game like that with that specific situation? I don't know. But, if you want to consider Tua truly elite by the end of this season, he probably needs to have a few more performances like this. And then, actually make the playoffs this year. And, he's been close every season he's been in the league, but you really should compound on that this season if he wants to move up. The Jets and the Browns, talk about that real quick. My boy Garrett Wilson going off with 9 touches for 100 yards total and 2 touchdowns, including the game winner. And the Jets were down in this game by multiple scores, but as soon as they gave Garrett Wilson the ball, what happened? They win. It's that simple. give Garrett Wilson the ball. He is a playmaker. Every single time in these first couple games that he's been on the field getting reps, he's done nothing but made plays. And it just won you this game against the Browns. Even though the running back by committee and, the game manager tactics with Jacoby Brissett, Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, etc., it worked. And you still won because you gave number 17 the football. That's all you have to do. And I don't know why it is taking them so long to understand that. Like, now Joe Flacco is a different type of quarterback. And, Zach Wilson will probably, try and target, wide receivers and stuff of that nature a little bit more. Plus, a way stronger arm, slightly better accuracy, I would say. So, gotta wait and see on that. But give Garrett Wilson the ball and actually let him get reps. The Colts, like, you just have gotta be fucking kidding me. Like, something is clearly not clicking. Now, Michael Pittman did get injured, like, okay, but something's not fucking clicking. They need to wake the fuck up. Okay, I'm not blaming anything on Jonathan Taylor. Honestly, I can't. Jonathan Taylor's allowed a bad game every once in a while. In fact, this is the first bad game I can truly say he's had with that team since he's been on that team. 9 rushes for 54 yards at the end of it isn't bad, but most of that is garbage time yardage. So I guess you can't say too much about that. But outside of Jonathan Taylor, if he's not getting going, somebody else has to step up. And where the fuck was Matt Ryan the entire game? They need to start developing their young quarterbacks, like Sam Ehlinger, like they have. Instead of going out here and getting old quarterback talent that's past their prime, what Matt Ryan has done, even when he was in his prime, that he can't close out games at all. So why bother going out there, getting an old quarterback past their prime? And this is exactly what you get. This is exactly what you get when you don't have Jonathan Taylor going off, but you also are not willing to have anybody else step up to the fucking plate. That's exactly what you get. And you have, up until you play the Titans for the first time this season, if they do not play good, matter of fact, just win. If you don't win that game, you're fucking done for. It's over. Because they play the Chiefs next week. Okay, you got to give them a break. They're just going to lose that fucking game. And especially playing like this against the Jaguars and the Texans first week, ending up in a tie and having to get a fourth quarter comeback to just tie the fucking game. You're playing like this and you expect to keep up with the Chiefs? Fuck no, that's not happening. I will give them a pass on that. But wait till you play the Titans. If you don't win against the Titans, you're done for. Because it only gets tougher from there. If I'm not mistaken, I believe they got to play the Rams through this stretch. They got to play the entire AFC West and a bunch of other tough teams in the league before January of next year when they play the Giants and Texans for their last 2 games. It only gets tougher from here. And you're struggling with this in your first 2 weeks? I can't say much more than that. You have to reevaluate that. Okay. Bucks Saints, I didn't necessarily watch the game, mainly defensive oriented, and I heard of the brawl. Obviously Marshon, Lattimore, and Mike Evans at this point don't fucking like each other. So I was sensing a brawl was gonna happen anyway between those two. Of course, Mike Evans doesn't like it when Marshon Lattimore is on him and, slightly locking him up. Though Mike Evans had a fairly solid game, but from what Marshon Lattimore has done to him across his entire career since they've crossed paths, played each other, he normally gets shut down by him. So, they already don't like each other anyway. I was certain that was gonna happen, but Bucks win that game. And the first time they've won since like what, Drew Brees was there. I thought this was just a Tom Brady thing since he's been there. No, it's been the case for years, but they got it. Um, Panthers Giants fucking wasted Christian McCaffrey's primetime game for some reason. I don't understand that. Uh, you know, he went off exactly how you would like him to, and you lost. I don't get that. Um, Lions beat the Commanders. It got close, but I can't say they never had a chance, but it wasn't as close as the score tells you. Aidan Hutchinson going off for 3 sacks is pretty nice. Finally, I'll touch a bit on the Falcons-Rams game. Rams 28-3 at halftime. How the hell does it manage to get that close at the end? Like, you mean to tell me you have all these other teams blowing these high late game leads, and the Falcons almost found a fucking way to come back and win that game against the Rams? Ooh, if they had won that game, I swear, the Rams, I would love to do a rant on the Rams if that would have happened. Man, I would have been dying fucking laughing the entire time. Honestly. You know, Drake London did go off in this game, and they put together, the forced, block punts, etc., the forcing turnovers, etc. They got back into it, fair and square. You know, getting that interception by Jalen Ramsey really helped because, oh my gosh, bro, if the Falcons won that fucking game, I would probably have a different tone in how I would go talking about this specific game right here. But, there's not much to say, though. I will say once more, bro, Matthew Stafford, man, you know, obviously his career got wasted on the Lions, but, yo, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and what could have possibly been the costliest fumble that the Rams have had in the past decade. Like, you just cannot play that way. You played the Bills that way and you lost. Play this way against good teams and the Rams are gonna lose. They are lucky that the Falcons are clearly not a good team yet. But, he played this way, only getting a single touchdown week 1 versus the Bills. If he plays good teams like this, best believe, it's not going to be this close. It's not going to be a 31-27 game. It's going to be way worse. On another note, the Cardinals actually managed to wake the hell up. I guess that's good. Kyler Murray actually made some plays. And Byron Murphy did a great thing, but it almost could have been costly. You almost went out like DeSean Jackson. Oh my gosh, that was so close. That was so close to being really, really bad for them. The Broncos somehow barely fucking beat the Texans. How do you barely beat the Texans? And then how does Russ play this bad against them? That sucks to say, man. He played bad. I gotta be honest though. He played bad. But hey, came away with the first win of the season, so I guess you'll take it and fuck the Cowboys. The Bengals, I would say that it probably was gonna be a defensive stand throughout the entire game, or a good portion. Cowboys defense is absolutely no fucking slouch. But come on, how do you lose to this fucking team? How do you lose to this fucking team? And now you're gonna have all these Cowboys fans out here getting fucking high as shit and dick riding the entire time because of one win, when they're not gonna do shit like this again the entire season. It's just mind-blowing to me. Also, quickly, Steelers, Patriots, man. I don't know how the fuck the Patriots win this game. Steelers, man, I don't know. I gotta give Najee Harris a pass, because, he may not be 100%. So I gotta give him a pass on that performance. But yeah, Chase Claypool, meanwhile, dude, oh my gosh. Let me check this real quick, because if I'm not mistaken, hold on. Okay. 4 of 6, okay, maybe not so. 4 receptions for 26 yards on 6 targets. I guess, okay, DK Metcalf might be in the same predicament right now, having Geno as his quarterback, but my goodness, man, you just oh my goodness, dog. You have gotta step up, man. You gotta step up, bro. You can't do all this BS, over the past year or so, and then produce in that fashion. It's crazy. Aside from that, though, just closing out there. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.